Hello and welcome to No Such Thing as a Bad Movie podcast. I'm April Atmansky and I'm here today with
Justin McClue.
And Colin Cunningham.
And it's the summer of the Sandman.
Woo, summer of Sandman. Get t-shirts made, hats.
This is like a sand flowing
This is like the
through
Sandman
the air.
from Spider-Man 3.
Just
or the sands of time as we waste our hours on this
God.
precious earth watching a movie.
Thomas Hayden Church movies.
So we took there was a vote. There was a vote.
The classic Sandman nickname Thomas Hayden Church has. Oh, we love him from Spider-Man 3. The Sandman.
He and Sideways and whatever else he was in, which
The
is
Sandman, we know it.
Hey, he's in Wings, you know.
Oh, sorry, Colin. There was a vote.
We did
There
a
was
vote
a
on
vote.
Twitter because I wanted to get a sense of what you, the fans, wanted. Did you want us to do the summer of Adam Sandler?
Do you
and Adam
think people would
Sandler-related
say
things?
no?
Some people did.
Wow.
Okay, I voted
No.
please no.
You were not supposed to vote, Colin.
Well, it doesn't matter. I was allowed to once only.
Yeah.
Shock.
But yeah,
I saw Colin logging into all his alts trying to
Yeah, I was
no.
running around to the computers at work
Creating
like,
sock
no.
Well, but I gave people a choice, at least for this next episode. By the way, it is the summer of the Sandman, so
Yeah.
it's going to continue until
boy.
Jesus
that's only like
Christ.
2 more episodes.
Okay, so this is but these are like Happy Madison productions.
Well,
Okay,
I
yeah.
think
Colin,
maybe
like Adam Sandler, when he said, "If I don't get nominated for Uncut Gems, I will make the worst movie next up." That's what Colin did when he was.
What?
They forced his hand to.
Well, okay, so I asked about it on Twitter, and then Jay from Red Letter Media said, "I dare you to try to make it through 5 minutes of Bucky Larson."
I think he just said make it through, not 5 minutes.
I-
Bucky
I mean,
Larson.
5 minutes. We've
Born to
won.
be a
We've done it.
I'm
star.
pretty sure he said like either 30 seconds or 5 minutes, and I was like, I will take that challenge.
So this movie actually has a pretty big reputation as one of the worst movies out there. Definitely the worst Happy Madison movie. And fellas, it did not live up to that reputation.
Oh, spoiler
Did it?
alert!
This movie is not that bad.
Well, it has a 3%.
Oh
on
man,
Rotten Tomatoes.
hot take right off the bat, April.
I guess it's
Okay.
hot, but yeah, 3%, that's pretty low.
I've got 2 takes. It is really bad, but I did not hate it.
I'm right on that line of just like I feel very neutral about it, and that on the other side of that line is I kind of liked it. I'm not saying I liked. I'm not
God.
not over that line, but
Oh man,
I mean,
it's been a long time since we got this April on the podcast. Love it.
This is one of those movies where, like, I used to look at the poster of
yeah.
the movie and it would enrage me.
Now,
I would,
April, very smartly, when Colin's like, I want to pick this one, she went, it's not Dickie Roberts' child
Yeah.
star,
Okay.
'Cause I
which
really
is
thought-
also a Happy Madison production.
I thought we
God.
would.
Okay,
I thought
that
we would
was-
end up watching the 2 different movies.
Okay.
Dickie Roberts, child star.
That's
there's
David
2
Spade.
There's 2 Dickie Roberts.
Yes. Also, many people on Twitter got those 2 confused and thought they were one movie.
They sound way too similar. Those names.
They do.
Bucky Larson and Dickie Roberts. It's like
They both have star in the title, too.
yeah, exactly. Like, what the? Were they trying to trick people? And,
like it.
Yeah, they were trying to ride the goodwill of Dickie Larson to get people, or Dickie Roberts,
Dickie
into
Larson.
Bucky Larson. Dickie Larson is the 3rd film in the trilogy where they all meet.
They all
Yeah, crossover.
Bucky Dixon.
I mean, okay, so yeah, here's the thing about this movie. Like, it has a strong supporting cast. Honestly, this is, well, we also said I thought it was better than Grown Ups. Not better than
Yeah.
Grown Ups 2, though, which we watched.
I saw that you guys watched it
That's-
right after the episode we did. Colin's
Yeah, we
comment
did.
was, Shaq does throw a man over a house.
Well, he told me. He said he
we had
throws
to
a
watch
man over
it.
a house.
Yeah, I'm not saying that was some like
didn't
brilliant
lie.
comedy, but
Now,
it was
have
much
you seen
better.
the video of Chris Angel levitating Shaq over a house?
What?
It is one
not,
of the
but I need to see
funniest
this.
clips
Shut
I have
up.
ever seen.
Please send it
Wait,
to us.
is it part of,
We'll
like,
cut it
Mind
in.
Freak,
We'll cut
the
it in.
show?
Yeah, it is. And it's like, okay, I'm going to send it to you. I think we need to take a little break because this is
But
that important.
is Shaq like in on the like gag or
Right? You just need to watch it because it is so insane that this was
Okay.
aired on television, and you
Okay,
need to
but
listen to it with sound.
is it going to be like a Harrison Ford, David Blaine thing where he's like, "Get out of my house"?
I did see that one.
No, well, it needs to be
Pull it
seen
up
to
on
be
your
believed.
iPad. Pull it up on your iPad,
Okay.
Colin.
I'm pulling it up now. Hold on.
All right, point it so I can see it too.
And you got to listen to the sound because that's very important in it.
Okay. Trying to.
He's dealing with his iPad.
God damn it. You're gonna levitate me.
Okay, turn it so I can see it too. Well, that's just lifting him up.
That's just like 20 people lifting on.
No, wait. Keep watching.
This music is insane.
You're gonna levitate
Oh! He's
me. Okay.
people are like putting their hands.
he's
Oh my God, he's flying
He's
away!
literally on wires.
What? Okay, what is this?
You're gonna levitate me.
Also, I don't see his face. That could be any
It
man.
could be anyone.
Everyone's going.
Flava
Whoa!
Flav is down there. That's
That could be like a mannequin.
Yeah, it's a CG effect. It looks like.
No, it's like a. That's
Yeah,
like
that's
a scare.
green
It's a
screen.
scarecrow on wires.
Well, you're the VFX expert.
No, that's not VFX.
I
That's
think
like-
it's real. I think it actually.
Yeah, it's
happened.
real. It's 100% real.
Yeah.
They just painted out the wires.
April, just put the music under like the doom doom.
I'll have to put some non-copyright music, but yeah.
They're like, whoa.
No, I'm gonna
And they're
this
like,
clip
whoa!
in YouTube.
As
Wow.
Shaq literally levitates above a house.
I'm pretty sure they cut back to like Flava Flav going like, whoa.
They did. What? That was pretty funny.
And then his clock, the hands burst off of it. They're like, boing, oing, 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 oing.
Anyway,
All right,
we're gonna
back
talk
to
about
Bucky Larson.
Okay, so
Oh,
anyway,
jeez.
my overall impressions of this movie is it was almost like harmless. Like it wasn't like really offensive or really,
I found this
really
was a
bad.
very hate-filled movie.
I didn't really get that. I felt
Really?
like Grown Ups
Yeah.
was more like making fun of, elderly people who are different. Like, and yeah, people like make fun of Bucky in this, but like I wasn't there wasn't as many mean jokes. I didn't think.
I thought it was more kind of gross out, but I like, when I first saw I didn't know who the fuck, like Nick
Who is Nick Swardson?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I've seen him in Grandma's Boy, which he was okay in.
Could we
and
have watched
he was
Grandma's
in-
Boy? I've never seen that.
No, Grandma's Boy, too good. But he was in Grown Ups 2 in a thankfully small role because he was really
clearly
annoying.
like met Adam Sandler somewhere
Yeah.
and became friends, but like
I feel
way
like
past.
Yeah, he's like kind of the Eli Roth to like Quentin Tarantino.
Yes, absolutely.
It's like, why are you here?
Well, there's so many people in Sandler's orbit that are like that he just makes friends with and puts in his movies.
Have you
whether
seen the,
behind the
like-
sines or in front.
But it's like I can't believe that he replaced like Rob Schneider in
Yeah, in
like
Grown
Grown
Ups
Ups
2.
2. And he was
Yeah.
like, man, I wish Rob Schneider was back.
Thankfully, he was only in like 3 scenes.
What are you
but,
sending us,
yeah.
Justin?
It's
Is this
the-
a picture of Nick Swardson?
Nick Swardson. His comedy special is called
God.
"Seriously, Who Farted?"
Okay, so here's a funny thing. I looked him up
That picture, my
just a few
God.
days ago, and his most recent thing was that he was booted off the stage from his own comedy special.
Why?
Did you hear about this?
I think he
No.
was like drunk and on drugs.
He was, like,
he has drug problems.
so
I think.
incomprehensible on stage that the venue, this is a big theater too, like a big venue, shut off the lights and cut his mic.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
I
he
guess
was-
he pissed off like the theater.
He started getting
people.
into it with the audience, and then
boy.
he kept going like, let's go, and like
Wasn't he like quoting Bucky?
he was quoting Bucky, and then he was like, do any of you know Norm Macdonald? And people were cheering, and then the venue shut off the mic and the lights, and he sadly walked off stage. It's all online, by the way. And then the director of the theater came out to apologize to the crowd.
Wasn't his line like "Let's go"?
Yeah,
or
he's like,
something
let's
that?
go. And then, the guy's like, I'm sorry. He's like, I'll be out in the like lobby if you want to talk to me, but we're going to give you all like refunds.
Poor. Oh man, he looks rough. Like.
Yeah, I mean, apparently he was in that Wrong Missy movie that came out somewhat recently. That's a Happy Madison.
Yep.
But this was him, no pun intended, shooting his shot. This is the only Nick Swardson
man.
starring
So
vehicle.
We
Boy,
get
oh
into
boy.
this.
This
in
was
the,
supposed to blow him up.
We get into this in the upcoming Patreon episode, but I don't know who told me this, had the exact opposite idea of what this movie was about.
What, that he had a big dick?
That he used
Yes.
dick.
Me too.
That he had a
That's what
huge
April
dick.
said.
No, me too. Because I was like, it's something about his dick. I think
That's
that
all I
he's big. Or maybe it's that because the picture on, I think it's like Letterboxd is like women looking at his dick.
down, and they're
yeah,
like,
going,
"Whoa."
"Whoa." Yeah. So,
So that's what April told me. I'm like, okay, he's got a
And you're
huge
like,
dick.
all right.
like,
Another
I'm
Thomas
in.
Jane and Hung situation.
like Colin, did you know like anything about? Did you know that he was about him wanting to be a porn
No,
star?
I did not
I-
even know that either. I just
I
knew.
knew nothing about this movie except that when I looked at the poster, it made me furious, angry. Like I don't know why my
Is it
blood would
the
boil.
teeth?
Just so stupid and obnoxious, and I think that's why when I watched the movie, I was kind of like taken aback. Like, oh, he's kind of not
He's
that obnoxious.
kind of
Well-
a sweet character.
Well, he's kind of a little bit of a simple Jack, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like equating it to like Kingpin in a way.
Oh,
It's like, he's from
yeah.
like a kind of like small Midwest town and he goes to the big city and blah, blah, blah. So I kind of had that.
Where men are picking up other men dressed as women.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Oh
story
my
as old
God.
as time. It's like a Boogie Nights parody too. But can we just talk about the supporting cast in this movie, all of which are
I think they're
good.
very good.
I know. I
Kevin
felt,
Nealon.
Well, I
was
meant I
hilarious.
felt terrible for Christina Ricci.
I feel
Yeah.
terrible for everybody
Everybody
that
was
came
too
up
good.
on screen.
Stephen
It's like, Don
Dorf,
Johnson,
Stephen
you're-
Dorf, it's Don Johnson, Christina Ricci, Kevin Nealon. Who else?
Yeah, I'm stealing this.
I mean, don't
right
feel
away.
bad for Kevin Nealon. He's just happy to be there.
My favorite part is Kevin Nealon. We watched there's like a super cut on like YouTube of like Kevin Nealon
Bits on Conan.
bits on Conan O'Brien, and they are so fucking funny. Like,
yeah, so
I
we
was-
were kind of primed.
So wait. So you just like appreciate Kevin Nealon as a
but
person.
no, he's funny in
Well,
this
it's like,
movie.
I grew up with him on SNL, and I completely
Was he like a major SNL cast member that like people
sure.
loved?
Well,
was
he
just
was like he did the Weekend Update, but
I don't know.
And
him
then
at
he
all.
did Hans and
I know
Franz.
him, but
oh, of course. But then he would go Hans and Franz. And
he
like,
wasn't
blah,
one
blah,
of the
blah.
big stars.
He was like one of the big stars, but like not in every sketch, and he didn't do like
I'm just saying he's
impersonations or
not on the
whatever.
level of like a Chris Farley or an Eddie Murphy.
Oh,
but
no,
he's
no.
very well known.
He's very well
obviously,
known,
yeah.
but he was always the
he's
kind
more
of like,
of a Charles Rocket, if you will.
he was like the reliable cast member that was always like just had the driest, most
He probably often played the straight man in sketches.
exactly
Yeah.
and that's why I think he did the Weekend Update, I think. But
Where's Kevin Nealon's starring vehicle?
It's weird. I don't think he ever got one, did he?
no,
Not that I know
I don't
of.
think so.
Well, how come Nick Swardson gets ahead in line?
I have no idea.
I know. Like, well, I'm guessing maybe he didn't want one, or maybe
No.
again.
Oh
like,
yeah. I don't want to star in a movie. I don't think that happened.
The thing is, like, this movie never.
I want to be a co-star of a Nick Swardson.
This movie never would have got me without
I found
Adam
it.
Sandler.
I found it. 1998. Principal Takes a Holiday, starring Kevin Nealon
Hey,
What?
Principal Takes a Holiday.
and Zachary Ty Brendan. Isn't that the guy from Home Improvement?
What?
Uh,
No, you're
the
thinking
little
of
blonde kid?
Jonathan. Wait.
No, there were
no,
three.
it is.
I was
guys.
gonna-
It
I
is
was
one of the
think-
Home
No,
Improvement
it's Jonathan
brothers.
Taylor Thomas.
There's
you're
Yes,
thinking
but-
three.
of.
Yeah, there's three boys.
Yeah,
on that
Zachary
show,
Ty
though.
Bryan
They
is
all
the
have
other
three
brother.
names.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zachary Ty Bryan. I think was the older brother. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But anyway, I found myself comparing this movie a little bit to Chairman of the Board. Justin, I know you weren't on that episode, but
I've never seen that movie.
like honestly, because that's a movie where the supporting cast is really funny, but Carrot Top is just so annoying. I fucking hate him. And this movie is like that, except Bucky. I didn't hate him. I didn't love him, but he was fine.
He's kind
I
of
didn't like
sweet.
looking at him.
He looking at this fucking face for
Yeah.
like
That's
the
supposed
entire
to be
movie
the joke.
is so like just off-putting. Like,
I did.
False advertising. He does not have the buck teeth in the poster.
Oh no,
What?
really?
Yeah,
That's the
look-
whole point of the movie.
I know.
get out of town. Isn't the
not
poster
the whole
where he's
point of
like
the movie,
he's
but it's
looking
like-
back at the camera?
And his
No, the
pants are
poster.
down.
He's looking forward, hands on his hips, looking up.
And his
No
pants
buck
are down.
teeth.
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Here, I'll show
That's
you.
crazy.
I'm gonna cut the poster.
These
in
buck
right
teeth
now.
are gigantic, and it's like, and he has this like kind of I don't even know what kind of haircut you'd call it. Like
It's a bowl cut. They say that right in the movie.
Kind of.
It's the bowl cut, but like long on the sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a
Oh, also, the mom from National Lampoon is in this.
But again, it's like kind of like
One of the moms.
like an Amish haircut, like what's his name has in Kingpin, like Randy Quaid.
Oh, speaking Randy Quaid's wife
Yes.
in National Lampoon is in this.
Yeah, he's kind of like a
His mom.
simpleton.
Oh, I thought you
know.
meant like Randy Quaid's wife that, he made that sex
God.
tape. With her.
No.
Speaking of, the porn industry.
It's Sex
God.
Tape September. We're only doing sex tapes on No Such Thing as a Bad Movie.
Next thing, the movie Sex Tape starring Jason Segel and Cameron Diaz. That's supposed to be really bad.
Hey, I was happy to see in the first scene Curtis Armstrong shows up as Bucky Larson's boss.
Oh yeah, Booger.
Booger from the Revenge of the Nerds.
And like, what the hell happens? He like pulls out like a.
He gets angry at Bucky Larson for being nice, and then he hits himself in the face.
Yeah, he pulls out like a baton and like hits himself in the eye and then fires him or something.
Yeah, because he let an old lady cut in line or something. A sweet old lady.
I guess.
That old lady was in Not Another Teen Movie.
Oh, was she?
Another movie I like. Sorry, it's a spoof movie it's before the
remember
spoof
liking
movies
it.
got really bad. But yeah, speaking of being embarrassed about liking things, I did laugh in this movie, and some of the jokes were good, but like I did laugh a little bit at Bucky sometimes, and I felt like I was doing something I shouldn't be doing.
Well, the movie treats him like a monster. Like every character's like, get that Bigfoot out of here. And I'm like, oh man.
Basically, yeah.
It's like you beaver.
Yeah.
But
But he also
really,
faces no conflict. So
No.
it's like a very weird movie.
Well, he's very like I don't know, oblivious to like.
Like everyone hates Bucky, but he doesn't really have any obstacles he needs to overcome. He just kind
No,
of stumbles
he's-
into situations and he's fine.
He does
Yeah,
have
but
a
he's-
small dick, but then that ends up
But who
working
cares?
for
Like
him.
he's very happy to like get it out at any time,
Yeah.
and he feels no shame or like whatever. So
Now,
it doesn't matter.
what's wild
Yeah.
about this movie is that it was written by Adam Sandler, Nick Swardson, and Alan Covert.
Alan Colbert, grandma's
Alan
boy.
Colbert?
I think
You
it's
mean
Covert. Covert?
Covert? Yeah,
I thought it was
C-O-V-E-R-T.
Who does show up?
V-E-R-T. Colbert. I don't know.
Colbert?
It's
Oh,
like
I hope-
Colbert kind
Well,
of.
you're
but
French, Justin.
Covert. Alain Covert. Yeah. that's me.
I've always loved Alan Colbert.
Bucky.
He is the titular grandma's boy. He shows up in a cameo in this. I think he's always
Eight Crazy
funny.
Nights. Doesn't he play the mayor in it? Which we've done?
Jesus
I don't
Christ.
remember, but basically he used to appear in these Sandler movies, and now he just works behind the scenes. But yeah, the three of them wrote this. Could they have not wrote something better? I don't know.
I don't know. You think Adam?
It's like they all got high one night and
I
wrote this script.
Guarantee
or
you,
something.
Adam Sandler was like they were shooting grown-ups.
Too.
They were on vacation. He was like, "Oh, Shabba-da-doo-ba-dee.
What if Nick Swardson was a porn star?
Yeah, this is great."
But no, I think I'm not sure, but I got the feeling that this is like a character maybe he did on stage. He must be a
Yeah,
stand-up if he
yeah,
if he had a
must have.
show.
It seems
you
like
know?
one of those things. It's like the what do you call it? Like
Don't you
fucking-
remember Bucky Larson, the hit SNL character, April? The porn star with a little
Exact-
dick?
You know, it's probably
Exactly.
it's one of those characters that you like pitched on SNL and they never like picked it up for like a
Yeah.
sketch.
They're like, I'll show
It's like,
them.
I'll show you.
Yeah. But anyway, like again, this
I'll
this,
get 3%
mov- this
on Rotten
movie.
Tomatoes.
I don't think it deserves this reputation as the worst movie.
I don't
ever.
think people talk about this movie very
No,
much, do
they
they?
could
I
Yeah.
have
Forget about
heard
it.
rumblings that it is the worst, one of the worst.
I mean, it's a
No.
little weird that one of the great quarterbacks, Tom Brady, directed it.
I mean, this is weird, right?
Yeah.
I can't believe. Wow, it's weird. Like he failed at directing and then went into like football.
Football. Yep, that's what happened.
I
Directed
do-
this. Did
Yeah.
he direct The Animal and The Hot Chick? No, he didn't direct
Oh
The Animal.
no.
I do wonder how he got like big stars, like not non-Sandler friends, to
Money.
be in this.
Money.
But yeah, but
Hundred-
the
They just paid
wasn't
them.
the budget only 10 million or 5 million or something?
No, there's
It
no
wasn't-
way.
Look it
Let's
up.
look.
It's not.
Yeah, it said
I
it was
think
like
it's
10 million.
10 or under. I
It's
looked
like-
up a
This opened
Nine-
wide theatrically. Yeah, $10 million.
9 million went to like Christina Ricci and Don Johnson.
John Johnson and Stephen Dorff must have gotten. Stephen Dorff wouldn't just be.
Oh
in
yeah,
this movie.
Stephen Dorff is a big sell at this point.
He's
I don't
not,
think.
but he's
No,
not?
at this point he had been in like Alone in the Dark, the Uwe Boll movie.
Well, Cecil B. Demented, previous episode.
That was a long time ago.
Oh, you're right.
before
That
this
was like
movie came out.
2004, right?
This
And
is
before
he,
This is like 2012.
This is
So
before
he had been
started
in
doing,
somewhere. So he had like a little bit of a boost, but like he had been in a lot of DTV stuff, and then
I guess
showing up
you're
in like
right.
World Trade Center or Public Enemies in a small role, the Michael Mann film.
But he is so funny in this. He's so scummy.
It honestly
and
feels
sleazy.
like Steven Dorff. They just like bow-fingered him.
Yes.
Like just going about his day. And they're
Yes.
like, we'll
But
just
they
work
put it-
scenes around it.
They put a wig on him, and he looks exactly like Vince Neil from Motley Crue, and I'm sure
Look
that
it
was
up.
100% an idea.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll put in a picture for those of you here who don't
Yeah.
know who Vince Neil is or haven't seen
fuck.
him recently. Yeah, and you showed me a picture. I was like, dude, that
it's like
the
it
t-shirts
has to
and
be
everything.
going after. Like they have to be doing it intentionally. And it's so
Yeah.
funny. He's such a scumbag in this movie, but he's so great. But
Dick
that's-
Shadow.
Dick Shadow.
So yeah, there are. We gotta go. We gotta go through the plot, I guess. Which there's not very much.
No.
So
What is the
Bucky-
most plot-heavy like Happy Madison film? The one that we're like, well, it's going to take a while to untangle this.
Well, this does have more plot than Grown Ups.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
this
true.
has a plot.
Well, we'll have to watch more and find out, right?
I guess. Well, we're going to have to.
We're going to watch it all. Every Happy Madison
Hey, you're lucky
movie.
I'm not making you watch them for the Patreons too.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm the CEO of this podcast.
Okay. Really?
We did not take a vote on that.
Yeah. Were you? Okay. Whatever. But
This is not a democracy, Colin.
so, yeah, this is a democratic republic.
Yeah.
So we.
Start with Bucky Larson at home in Minnesota, right?
Well, he gets fired. No, he's in Iowa. It's
Iowa.
it's the
Iowa.
Midwest. And my God,
Okay.
these. First of all, the opening credits make it look like it's the fucking American South. Like
Yeah.
people are putting like
Farmers and
peanut
stuff.
butter on their dicks and getting sucked off by like.
Goats or
That's
goats.
funny. I like that.
It's funny.
I was disgusted.
And you're just like, okay, what is this? And then, so you're thinking it's American South, and then when they start talking, it's like, okay, this is like the
This is
Midwest.
Midwestern,
Oh gosh,
yeah.
there, Bucky. Where you going?
Yeah.
And Bucky does the classic thing of he goes and hangs out with his friends, and they're going to watch a porn film. And
Film,
Bucky,
like
on
on film
16 millimeter.
projector.
Bucky doesn't know how to masturbate, so his friends show him how.
And then all sit
let
in the
him
room
do it
with
in
him.
front of them.
Yeah.
We've all been there, right, guys?
Sure.
That's what I said. I was like, I understand this is what guys do all the time.
No.
right?
No.
At least
no.
when they're 13.
It's not- it doesn't
well,
happen.
Again, also,
They're-
how old
but
is he supposed to
They're
be?
not even. They're telling him how to do it. They're like, yeah, do
Yeah,
the
but
butt stuff.
You know what? There's a
Yeah.
funny joke where one of them's like, I'm masturbating right now.
Oh,
And then he takes
he's
his
in
hand out of his pocket and gives a guy a high
Yeah.
five.
It was fun. I was laughing.
I thought this was like a big joke. They knew that his parents were on the porno
And they
film,
showed it on
So
No,
they
but
were
they didn't.
They were getting him to like whack off before they started playing it, and that
No.
was like the whole joke.
That would be a good
But no,
prank.
they didn't.
They didn't.
No.
It's just a
No one
coincidence.
in this movie has any ill will toward Bucky Larson.
Well, except when he gets to like.
Dick Shadow doesn't
Dick
like
Shadow
him.
does.
Yeah.
Doesn't really like him, but he doesn't really like trick him or do anything, does he?
Well, he got him to expose himself in front of the whole party.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's
he's
all right.
like, look
Bucky's
at his
fine with
dick.
that.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Bucky doesn't care. He has no shame in this movie at all.
Well, Don Johnson wrongs him at the end, but he was just trying to help him.
But at the end, they just get over it. It's very
I know
weird.
that- yeah, well, we'll get to it. The conclusion happens very fast.
Yeah,
Also,
so-
like the end conflict kind of comes out of nowhere.
So
too.
he's jacking it to this like film, and he realizes, oh my god, my parents are in this movie.
So I kept waiting. I'm like, when am I going to see the big dick?
yeah, and his hands are just like flying like on his lap, like flying like up and down.
It looks like he's just beating
comically.
his crotch.
Yeah, like punching
it.
So I guess that's the. But at this point, you don't know that he has a small penis yet.
No.
But
And April had already told me he's got a huge penis.
We're all like on the edge of our seats,
So I'm waiting for
that,
it. I'm
that
like, this is
big
gonna be-
Dirk Diggler hog.
Yeah, it's gonna
flap
be like
on.
Boogie Nights or something like that.
What's really odd and kind of funny about this scene is that you're waiting for him to go, "What? Those are my parents. I was masturbating to my parents." That never happens. He's absolutely thrilled that
He's
it's his
like-
They're all
parents.
thrilled.
He's so proud,
They're
and he
like,
goes-
"Wow, your parents were porn stars."
Yeah, he goes home and it's like, oh, you know, oh, you're in pornos. well, I'm going to go to Hollywood and get
Because
into acting because it's like a destiny.
It's my destiny. And
And
they are
Nepo
fully
baby.
Legacy artist.
They are fully supportive because apparently they were like a big deal because they were in Farmer in the
It's
Smell.
like Strawberry Bush and
Strawberry Bush, and I forget the dad's porno name.
Yeah. So he immediately goes to like LA on a bus.
Yeah.
With a goat or something like that.
Was there a goat on the bus?
There was a goat on the bus, and then the guy who gets off the bus.
Oh,
with
Peanut
him,
Butter Man.
he immediately like finds like a prostitute.
I
in
missed
LA.
that. But yeah, right, he's on like Hollywood Boulevard. So he goes into a porn shop, and Alan Colbert is in there with a ridiculous wig on.
Right.
He's like, hey man, just do a lap. He's like, no, I want to be in porno movies.
This is all so easy. This is exactly
It's so
how it
easy
happens.
for him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what Hollywood is like. You just tell people what you want to be an actor, and people point you in the direction.
It's like the episode of The Simpsons Radioactive Man movie where they get back to Hollywood and it's all like sunshine and it's like,
Hand
we
them a sack
forgive
of
you.
money.
I can't believe how they treated you in Springfield.
Yeah,
I'm glad we're back in Hollywood.
Hollywood.
People
In the
treat each
commentary,
other-
they're like, "This is exactly how it is."
Yeah. But yeah, how does he get hooked up with that audition?
Okay, there is a scene that I found was very disturbing, where he goes to the audition because he sees just like a post-up sign.
Oh, right.
Saying like audition, and they're like, oh, it's one of those classic like we like that this like hick attitude, doesn't have a headshot, doesn't know his lines, gonna do it cold, and then they're like go, and then he just drops his pants and just starts masturbating vigorously.
Because he thinks that's what you do.
But it's like a macaroni and cheese ad.
Commercial,
Yeah.
and like doesn't the camera go like handheld or something? Like it gets very serious.
Yeah,
At
and
this
he
point,
starts-
you still haven't seen.
He starts doing like
seen
butt
anything.
stuff too. He's like,
Yeah, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh,
they're like Jesus Christ.
But yeah, the director, I forget his name, but he is a Jerry Seinfeld friend.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
He should have been-
He's a stand-up.
In another dimension, this would have been Tim Meadows like coming out. Bucky, what are you
Well,
doing?
they couldn't get Tim
Oh,
Meadows, but yeah,
sorry, I thought Tim Meadows was the Bucky Larson guy. Yes, please.
No.
this guy's a well-known comedian. I just can't think of his
Yeah, and
name.
he's like, what are you doing? I know how to get you into pornos.
No,
Like,
I thought he was going to come out and be like, what are you doing? You can't, like, expose yourself like that. And it goes very quickly to, oh, yeah, I know your parents as porn stars. Let me drive you up to this porn stars party that's going on.
Everyone's
Yeah.
gonna get a kick out of this. Like he's so forgiving.
but
Yeah.
like, I'm
Bucky.
so,
Just like Hollywood is.
I'm so confused because he already pulled down his pants and
Yeah.
and he already
He's
saw
seen
that he
his
had
dick.
a mic.
exposed his
penis,
tiny
yeah.
dick. And this guy is like, I'm going to bring you up to this porno party.
Well, maybe he. I don't know. But
It's
why
not
did he do that?
It's not
I'm
implying
sure.
that he like, oh, we're gonna work a new angle. It's like a small dick porno or something like that.
guess
No, they don't say it.
They don't say it.
No, that
So-
doesn't come till later.
Yeah, so it's like he knows, but it's not revealed to the audience that whatever. But
Maybe he just wanted to go to a cool party, and he was like, "Hey, they'll accept me if I have this like novel
little dick
character."
man.
Yeah,
But it's like, but it's not. It doesn't come off.
no,
that
you're right.
way.
And he got in with no
So
problem
he's got
at
this
all.
ugly guy
Yeah,
with
I
like
know.
buck teeth.
So
and he's gonna
when do
bring
you
him to a
guys
party.
realize he has a small dick? Like, you're waiting for the big dick drop, right?
Yeah,
Well,
it's like
the,
well,
that's
when
that
you-
the almost famous scene where he gets him on top of the pool house
Yeah.
in front of everybody.
Yeah.
So that's Stephen Dorf's character, who's Dick Shadow,
Dick
who does
Shadow.
say an amusing story about, like, he got stung by a bee and in his pants, and then he pulled his pants down, and he saw the shadow of his dick, and he's like, and from now on,
I shall be known.
one
as-
guy's like, what happened to the bee? Oh, wait. Okay, I skipped a part in this movie. There's a part where they're like, they're in a convertible, Bucky Larson and Jerry
yeah.
Seinfeld's friend, and he's like, you can stand up. And he stands up, and like, there's just a fart sound effect. Like,
Oh yeah, it's unclear.
was so random.
But it's not clear who farted. Was it the driver
it's supposed
or was
to be
it
Bucky Larson.
I thought it was. Well, yeah, but
I didn't know.
they cut to the driver and he like smiles.
Yeah,
so
I
it's like,
looked-
it's almost like he was like, oh, he stood up now.
I
he can
looked
fart.
to April and I was like, okay, who farted? Like, did he get him to stand up so he could fart?
Isn't that the name
No,
of his
that makes no
stand-up?
sense. The joke is the comedy character is standing up and he farts.
Okay, it
Wait,
makes
we
no
skipped
sense.
something very important,
That's the
haven't
name
we?
of
Which
Nick
is
Swartson's this comedy
we?
thing. Seriously.
Yeah, he meets Christina Ricci
Yeah.
at a diner.
Oh,
He goes to
Shit,
the
that's
diner.
right.
Yeah.
And like everyone hates him at the diner. They're like, Bucky, you fucking piece of shit. You suck.
I gotta say, the guy who owns the diner, the cook, is very funny, and that is John Turturro's brother. I found out.
Is it really?
Yeah, the guy who's
Oh,
always like,
Jim
"Yeah,
Turturro?
fuck you." Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, Christina Ricci, there's a dead cat in the bathroom. Yeah, put it in my car. And she's like, what?
I'm gonna feed it to my snake. He was funny, not like hilarious, but he made me.
It was
laugh.
kind of comical.
Well, later when he's talking to Don Johnson, he's like, "He's talking about your dick, asshole." It made me laugh.
But Christina Ricci.
I will say, Nicholas Turturro, that's his name. He was for a little while in the Adam Sandler family. He's in The Longest Yard, or he still is because he's in Leo, the new animated films.
Oh, shit.
Chuck
Oh.
and Larry, Zookeeper, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, Here Comes the Boo.
Oh my God,
God.
he's a real Happy Madison.
So
guy.
basically, if you become friends with Adam Sandler, you're made
in.
for life.
Yeah, maybe not made for life, but you're doing good.
No, not made for life because this guy,
You're
he's
part of
in
the
Leo,
Ridiculous Six.
but he hasn't been in a Happy Madison production since Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Ooh, I wonder what he did on that production.
Yeah.
I'm sure
But
he
he's-
played like guy number 5 or something.
But you know what? He's been in, probably just because John Turturro knows Spike Lee, but because he's in Malcolm X, he's also in Black Klansman.
Ah,
100%.
So he's a
that.
real actor,
Yeah.
you know.
Maybe he's just a good actor, yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, I thought he was funny in this.
He's pretty funny.
He's also in the guy that looks like Charles Bronson movies, Escape from Death Block
Oh.
13, Robert Bonzi.
Bonzi. Oh, God.
Have you seen one of those movies, April?
I've seen the trailer. God,
What?
bad.
It's terrible.
Sprawl on Cell Block 13.
No,
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 no.
no. There's a guy that looks a lot like Charles Bronson, and he's acting in a series of movies. One of them where he
He's like
fights like a
Romanian.
Jason.
He can't speak
Like the
English.
No, he
fake
can't.
Charles Bronson.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But was it like it's not like Death Wish, but it's like it has just like a ripoff.
Oh,
name.
Death Kiss.
Yeah. Ugh, just rotten.
Wait,
Come
But he
on.
looks yeah. Oh God.
He it seems like he takes on Jason in a movie called Cry Havoc.
Oh Jesus Christ! What Jason? Like Voorhees?
No, like a ripoff of Jason. A guy that looks like Jason. You know what I mean?
Some Romanian
We're
Jason.
in the Rip-Off
lookalike.
universe.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Get me Nick Turturro so we can put Turturro on the above the title block.
But yeah, so he meets Christina Ricci somehow at the diner, and they like hit it off instantly.
She's, like, too nice.
Okay.
Loves
So
him.
like this is a simple man. Christina Ricci should not be starting a relationship with this guy.
No,
you think
and I'm
she
like,
learned her
I
lesson
was like
from
yelling at
Pumpkin?
the TV. I was like,
From what?
you should not be.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin? What's that?
It's a movie where she dates a mentally handicapped.
Yeah, it was a
man.
funny movie.
Oh, it was a funny
I-
movie.
I think it's a comedy. I haven't seen it.
Well, I hope so because I was laughing.
2002.
Hey.
Yeah, it's like a comedy.
Yeah, but yeah, she's the waitress at this diner. I don't know. She falls for him like immediately.
Yeah, well,
and-
she just wants someone to be nice to her.
Well, you're just
you
like
know?
immediately like, is this like an angle? She like,
No,
working
there's
an
no
angle.
twist.
No,
The
It's
thing
like-
is, he
and
is
I'm like,
he
you're
is
too
sweet
good
to
for
her.
this, Christina Ricci. You're too good for
He
this.
is sweet to her, but he is visually repugnant.
Can you imagine as an
But he's also
actress-
like a simple man, if you will.
sure
I guess.
That doesn't
Yeah,
really
you know,
understand
he's-
what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, he's just
She likes that.
kind of sweet and genuine.
He compliments her. Everyone else in her life is telling her, you know, she's worthless.
Ah,
and-
you gotta clean up the bathroom.
Yeah, so she gets him into her a Melrose Place type place.
Yeah.
You know, and Kevin Nealon has a opening for a roommate, so he becomes
yeah.
Kevin Nealon's
He's like the
roommate.
funniest part of this movie. I
He
think.
has a comically large like '90s phone that he's like always talking on.
and he's so like unhinged and angry all the time.
He's angry all the
He's-
time.
He like always wants. He's always like hitting on Christina Ricci, and he's really pissed off that she's not moving in with him and stuff. And he's like, listen, like she's got great tits, so like blah blah blah.
yeah, I don't remember the specific lines, but he's kind of on fire in this movie.
And he says like, I've got an ensuite bathroom. You use the one in the hallway.
And then when he walks in and he's sitting on the can, he's like, oh, I'm not supposed to shit where I take my shower.
yeah,
And then he yells, yeah, and he like
has-
leaves.
has, like, a business
and he's always
meeting.
got this like
Yeah.
gigantic like 80s phone. He's like, sorry, mom, what was that? Yeah.
So Bucky Larson, fuck, I'm going to call him by a million names. Dickie Roberts. So Bucky Larson, he ends up teaming up with Don Johnson, who's a washed up porn director.
Yes.
Yeah,
Named Miles D.
now did
shooting the first film on film?
It's because Don Johnson saw him at this party where, as we mentioned, he gets exposed by Stephen Dorff, and this is the one and only shot in the movie where you see his dick, and it's so far away. It's so far away. Like,
it's mostly pubic hair and like a little nub.
But like,
show us the dicks, you coward.
There's movies like later, like where they could at least show a little more, and it's a prosthetic and it's funny. But this is it's almost like they were trying to not get a R rating or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
obviously it's an R rating.
Stephen Dorff says like, yeah, he's gonna be starring in lesbian pornos, and then like,
what was the last? Has there ever been a comedy where someone has had an erection?
Like a big
That's
erection?
Not a porno. Yeah, that like dick on screen, not a comedy erection you see through the pants.
Like any movie or a comedy movie?
I don't.
Because usually when you see comedy movie, I mean, I have some pornography that definitely has erections in it, but
pornography is what I was going to say.
Pornography.
Pornography. No.
Drama or comedy.
I haven't seen.
Because usually when you see dicks, it's like Jason Segel's floppy dick, and that's the joke.
Floppy dicks. Yeah.
Or like Walk Hard.
Is there a dick in that? I don't remember.
Yeah, there's many dicks.
Scene but there's this where like he's like sitting down and there's a guy like standing beside him.
Oh yeah. Or I think it's supposedly Judd Apatow's dicks in Pop Star Never Stopping, where the dick gets pressed up against the glass. He's having a conversation. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that I'm pretty sure the ratings board would have a shit show if a hard dick was in a movie.
Well, there was that famous story that when South Park guys were doing Orgasmo, they could not get anything but an NC-17.
Yeah.
And that movie has no nudity in it. The whole joke is anytime there's nudity, a big like male ass shows up in frame.
Yeah,
so.
I think you see some there's boobs in that movie.
That's it. Yeah, but then like asses get in the way usually.
Yeah. I actually love Orgasmo. I think it's really funny. You ever seen that? No. I have it on DVD.
It's no basketball. That's what I'll say.
Well, you know, guys, I made that YouTube video about basketball a few summers ago, and a lot of people are roasting me on YouTube.
What was your YouTube video about basketball?
Oh, I was bored one night. So, and by the way, I used to love this movie, but I decided to rewatch it, and I decided to make a supercut of all the jokes I actually laughed at, and it's like a 2-minute video.
Okay.
And so yeah, a lot of people, it's gotten like 9,000 views or something.
Wow.
But a lot of people are like. You clearly don't understand good humor, and it's just amusing to me because it's like I'm not saying I hated the movie. I just thought it would be funny to make a supercut of the jokes I actually laughed out loud at.
Supercut of the jokes, and then people are roasting you for
not liking,
not including certain jokes. Yeah. I mean, I think all of basketball is funny. So wait. What's this? Declu J keeps commenting on her video.
I love how it's like, here are my favorite movies of the year. Well, you didn't include this. Yeah. What about this movie?
Well, Colin, you're too spicy tonight. Your movie opinions, critics.
No, I'm just saying. It's
you're right.
Somebody says they're.
Oh, I have it here. April, you do not have 9,000 views. You have 25,000 views.
25,000? Oh wow!
Yep.
Yeah. For some again, nobody's watching my Sailor Moon video, but everyone's watching my basketball video.
I'm skipping through here, April, and you do not include Ernest Borgnine, the hot dog popping out of his mouth.
Sorry, I didn't laugh out loud.
Justin, write a comment.
It's a movie I'd seen.
I'm going to make my own version.
Excuse me. You didn't
all
include
the funny jokes in basketball. But anyway, Orgasmo,
and it's just
really
90.
Funny movie.
It's just 90 minutes long. It's just the whole movie.
Jokes I actually laughed at.
And then it just like starts with the opening credits.
I'm not saying there weren't things I didn't like smile at, but yeah.
But you can't copyright claim this. It's transformative.
Orgasmo, very, very funny movie. And also Cannibal the Musical, which, Colin, I should really make you watch because I think you'd like.
How you have to make me watch it.
Or I will.
You need to listen to the commentary where they get very, very drunk.
Orgasmo also has a hilarious commentary.
Where Trey Parker in the Cannibal the Musical, he's like, I just got dumped by my fiance, so I made it about she's the horse in this movie.
Yeah. And at the end of the commentary, they're like, let's all go to the titty bar. And you can like, they're drinking like as they're commentating. It's pretty funny.
You can hear the boobs.
It's a classic. Yeah. Anyway,
where were we in Bucky Larson?
He meets Don Johnson.
He's making a movie with the Don Johnson.
Yeah, he's filming it. Don Johnson, fucking handsome.
I know.
man.
I gotta say, he's my favorite thing.
So
Not
Don
just because he's
Johnson,
handsome, because he's funny. in
Supposedly
this.
a very difficult man to work with, which is why he's had the career that he's had.
Oh,
I can
really?
understand. Hey,
Okay.
he's had a crazy successful career.
Yeah, but see, there was a
there's
dead,
been a slump.
There was a dead
slump,
zone for
Wasn't
a
he in
long
that?
time.
What was that show that he was in with Cheech Marin for like
Oh, I don't know.
20
Yeah.
years?
Nash Bridges.
Yeah, that one.
Oh shit!
How long did that
I didn't know
last?
he was in that.
That lasts a long time.
Yeah, that I feel like that had like a lot of.
I feel like
episodes.
that was like Coach or something. Like it just went on forever.
Okay, has anyone seen? I mean, I know you have, but Don Johnson now, he is
That guy
he's ageless.
he looks better.
and he keeps getting more handsome. He is, in my opinion, one of the handsomest septuagenarians I've ever seen.
He's like in his 70s. He looks fucking good, dude.
And also, I mean, he's really funny. I think he was funny in that Keenan show, and he's funny in this. I love how he's always berating.
Keenan show?
Yeah, Keenan Thompson had his own sitcom, and I feel like I was the only person who watched
He always
it.
he plays
You
like
were.
yeah,
It was like his 30 Rock.
he always plays like the kind of like I don't know
Out of touch older
right
dad.
wing like
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, all the laughs in Book Club: The Next Chapter definitely come from the John Man.
Was his big comeback Knives Out?
No,
That's not the comeback. So he was kind of lost for a while. I think what got people's attention again, I'm looking here. I mean, I was going to say he's very good in Cold in July.
I've heard of that.
I don't know
but
if you guys have
what
seen
it
that
is.
one.
He was good in Brawl and Cell Block.
He's
Cell
in
Block.
that? Well, we
Yeah.
just talked about that earlier. He's in
Yeah,
Brawl and Cell Block.
He's
13.
also in Dragged Across the Concrete as the police commissioner.
Oh, yeah.
So
you
he's
can't.
one of-
You can't.
yeah.
Playing
wokeness
himself.
Yeah. I don't know what. I wonder what Don Johnson's political views are. Probably not that
He
good.
does
Well,
always play a right wing person.
Yeah, it's like
But I
Ryan
don't-
Johnson cast
honestly,
him
I
very
don't-
well. in
Honestly, I
Knives Out.
don't care because I enjoy
He's great, man.
enjoy
The
him
guy-
and everything.
oh,
I think
man.
he's so charming.
God, he's so
and
good
he's
looking.
very handsome. Oh, but yeah, I always love him berating his like assistant, who by the way is Adam Sandler's nephew, and that young man.
Isn't that the joke of the movie? Though, where Don Johnson is like,
Well, yeah,
you're
he's
my
like-
your sister's son.
yeah.
So shut up.
Well,
He
that
goes, well, your mom's a slut, and he's like,
Yeah.
well,
but
yeah,
that's
how'd
Your
you
mom's
know?
my
It's
sister.
like, well,
How
it's
do
my
you-
sister. That's how I know.
That's how I know. So that young man ended up directing a bunch of Adam Sandler movies.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
Happy Madison movies. He did The Wrong Missy and I think 2 or 3 others. Like the
Wow.
new Netflix ones.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Well, he did The Outlaws. That movie was not very good.
Was that the scary?
That was the Adam
Scary
Devine,
Scary
Pierce
Madison?
Brosnan movie.
No, okay. By the way, there was
Pierce
there
Brosnan
was a
was
horror
in,
movie.
Wait, it's not a Happy Madison production, is it?
I don't think so. I think it's a Netflix production. It
Speaking
wasn't
of
a Happy
older,
Madison one.
like handsome men, man,
Oh,
can you
Pierce
imagine
Brosnan?
Pierce
Yeah.
Brosnan
Oh, yeah.
and Don Johnson together?
And they were like maybe a duo who like solved crimes or something.
Yeah, or caused them
And slept with women.
or each other.
Or that, yeah. Maybe kind of like a nice guys, but Don
Whoa.
Johnson, Pierce Brosnan.
Tyler Spidell directed the 2020 Rob Schneider special, Asian Mama, Mexican Kids.
Okay, that sounds.
I
about
feel like
right
that's
for
like
Rob Schneider.
Adam's like, you want to work for me? You got to do me a favor.
I gotta get someone to direct this awful comedy special.
Yeah. Oh, he also directed a 2020 film called Deported.
Deported.
Wait, was it Rob Schneider in like Mexican makeup or something?
No, but I see here Whitney Thomas, Robert Davey.
Rob Schneider can't get away with
Oh
that.
no,
now.
Robert Davi.
Yeah.
Let me guess, he plays the guy who's deporting people.
Yeah, maybe. Oh no. Tyler Spidell also directed a 2012 romantic comedy starring T.J. Miller.
Oh my God! So this is Sandler's nephew. Right?
No, it's a 10-minute short.
Okay.
Still bad.
What is
feels
T.J.
like
Miller up to
TJ
these days? He's still doing stuff. I know.
He's canceled.
Yeah, he had for calling in a bomb threat.
No, I thought I heard that he beat
did
his
other stuff
girlfriend.
too.
Well, there's that too.
But calling it a bomb
Which
threat
is
also
worse.
not good.
I
Anyway,
just gotta grab some water. Hold on. a second.
okay. We can continue without Colin. It's okay.
Yeah, let's get into. So they end up shooting a porno, and
Yes.
the whole thing with Bucky Larson is he just comes really powerfully.
Yeah. I mean, well, he's obviously never.
Had sex.
Not only like he's never jerked off before. So when he sees a woman for the first time, he comes everywhere. And I guess it's supposed to be. Is it supposed to be he's making like a donkey noise? I was getting like monkey.
Yeah,
like,
I was
Yeah.
getting monkey sounds. It's like,
But people love it.
yeah.
They
The
can't get
joke
enough
is
of
that
it.
it goes everywhere, but it never goes on the lady,
well, it's like it.
which would be something you would do in a porno.
They're trying to keep to the R rating, so they can't show anything flying anywhere. So it's
yeah,
just sort
it's
of
just like you
implied
see
that
it.
stuff goes.
Yeah, but you see it after it's settled.
Yes, you don't
Like, I want to see his
flying.
little floppy dick flopping around. That's what I want.
Well, it doesn't flop anywhere.
I
No,
think
you
it's
never
too
see it.
small to
No,
flop.
it's just kind of like a spigot.
But,
that
like,
sort of.
So they shoot this. Now, I have questions about, like, so they keep saying they make movies with Bucky. What are these movies?
Yeah, I don't
'Cause
know.
they
They're like
seem
10-minute shorts.
Yeah, no, not even 10 minutes. Like 2-minute shorts.
He goes in, he sees a woman.
He's
and
like,
he
oh!
jizzes
He makes monkey
end,
sounds and it
yeah.
sprays everywhere. And apparently,
I
this
wish
is
it was like a comedic amount of jizz.
What, like a scary
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah, I mean, if it was a scary movie, I'd be laughing.
Yeah, but it couldn't. Yeah, it's like they can't show anything, so
Yeah.
they just. I don't know. It just.
I disliked how it was trying to almost be, like too wholesome. This movie
Yeah, I
by
think I
this
needed.
porn star is
I
too
needed
wholesome.
a more concrete kind of like gimmick.
Like
for
I needed a
Bucky.
fire hose or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead it was
Yeah.
just him like making faces.
Or like when he
going,
gets hard, he gets a
"Whoa!"
big dick. I guess I'm going back to the big dick problem.
I honestly thought that's what was going to happen because the first time they
you
shoot
thought it was
that
gonna
movie,
be a
I was
grower,
like,
not a shower.
yeah, I thought I was like, oh, is it going to get like gigantic? Because I still thought
Man,
for some reason I thought
we held on to our big dick hopes for a long time.
Yeah, I was so disappointed. I mean, we were talking about this earlier in the Patreon. It's like, you get you're sold by the
I was
marketing.
Do you
Apparently
think that
sold
Bucky
on a big dick.
Larson made Adam Sandler angry and they forced him to be in this movie?
What, you
Playing
mean
a
the character-
buck-toothed little dick man?
Oh, do you mean like Nick Swardson made
Yeah.
him angry somehow?
No,
Yeah.
I think that maybe he is like
put a buck dick.
I think he is the Sandler friend that he points and laughs at and rips on, and
Yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna make a movie where you have a small dick, and he's like, whatever you say, Mr. Sandler, I'm just happy to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
here.
You can't
guess
say no
so.
to the Sandman.
No,
Of course. And it's like, he's just lucky to be in a movie, let alone starring.
I'm just
in a
happy
movie.
to be
Starring.
here. Now,
Yeah.
Colin, Adam
Yes.
Sandler comes knocking on your door.
Yes.
They're like, listen, Nick's having some difficulty these
Wait,
days.
is this like what we did in the Patreon?
Yes, on the Patreon.
Okay,
coming out
sure.
next
okay,
week.
Okay.
Hey,
So,
hey,
wait.
Colin, it's me, Adam Sandler. I'm doing a new voice now. And Bucky Larson, too, starring
Okay, wait.
you.
Is he telling me this through the door?
Yeah, at the door.
So like, do I have
He's
like,
at
a
your
chain?
door.
Okay, I have a chain on the door. I'm opening
Yeah,
up,
you
like,
open it up a little
I'm
bit,
opening up like,
and he's doing the voice.
He's going, "What are you doing?"
Why did he find you? Is he a fan of this podcast?
I'm
Yeah,
a
it's
huge
weird.
Red Letter Media fan. The guy from
Oh my
Canada.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
you look like Bucky Larson, only in Bucky Larson 2,
Yeah.
he's much more handsome
Oh,
and
okay.
tall.
Okay. Yeah. And, and he's
on,
like,
you're
are you
obviously
in?
taller
Are
than
you in, Colin?
Uh,
You're
Would
gonna
you
star.
play Bucky
okay.
Larson in a Happy Madison
okay,
production?
and he's saying to me,
Be in my movie. I'll pay you $2 million.
Okay, so wait, is the promise of
Yes.
getting into the Sandler fold
Oh,
Well,
that's a good
yeah.
question.
and,
yeah.
and
I
becoming
think so.
like, I'll do this piece of crap, but
Yeah.
then
You're-
do I
you
get
could-
to do a
you
do I
get,
get to do
you
a
get to make the
Grown-Ups
quality
4?
pictures. Yeah.
You're going to be in Grown Ups 4.
Do I get to go on vacation with them wherever they go and make movies?
Is that what you want?
Do you want that though? Yeah.
No. I
Yeah.
would say,
I don't want that.
I'm like, sorry, Adam.
Yeah. So no thing. Okay. But Colin, what if you had a huge dick in the movie?
That's the joke. You are Bucky Larson's younger brother, who
and you have a
has
huge
big
dick.
dick.
I think it writes itself.
Thank you very much, Adam.
So you're closing the door on him?
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's
I'm
like,
closing the door and then I'm
if you
dialing
close the
9.
door, I'm going to kill Nick Swardson. And he pulls him out. He has a gun to his head.
Oh, okay.
The door's still closing.
Well, then I'm
You're
closing-
wishing ill on
I'm
Big
closing
Nick
that door
Swardson.
and then I'm dialing 911 at the same time.
No one
I'm
will
doing it-
believe you.
I'm talking to him through the door and then I'm dialing 911 with my thumb.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, if they
dial
said you could be
911.
the big dick Bucky Larson too, I would say, where do I stand? Thank you very much.
You'd be like, fucky Larson.
Oh, I,
think-
won't need any. Well, okay, so you've been fooled by Adam Sandler to
And-
be in a porn parody of Bucky Larson.
But here's the thing: you have to wear the teeth.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have to wear the teeth.
No.
Oh, I
If
would
you're
love
in,
that.
if you're in
I'm
the
it.
movie, you have
Yeah.
to wear the teeth.
There's no go.
But I don't need any prosthetics. I'm all good too. So.
You would cut to like you in a year. You would be on stage at your own comedy show, getting the lights turned off on you, and then the mic
Because you
cut.
flew too close to the
I
sun.
flew
you
too
go
close
on-
to the sun.
Yeah, but
Well, so Bucky Larson indeed becomes a big star because this.
Are you narrating like the
Joe
audiobook?
Spinell.
Bucky Larson indeed became quite a star.
Indeed. Turn page 2.
Don Johnson's nephew cuts together a video of what they had.
What
and he
is there to
posts it-
cut? It's
he
like
posts-
one
yeah,
shot.
He posted on
it to-
YouTube.
to YouTube.
YouTube.
And then
That's
we
good
get
name.
introduced to this character. I forget his name, but he is like the porn producer.
Oh,
and he
yeah.
has a bunch of really funny posters in his office.
Yeah,
Okay,
not very
so-
funny as a character though.
Yeah,
He could have been better.
The
I
posters are so.
Should have been Adam Sandler.
The names are so lazy.
It was
that
funny.
It just they're funny, and it's like slippery. These are all the movies that like Stephen Dorf has starred in.
What was the Hellboy one? Smell Boy?
Smell Boy,
I didn't see that one.
Slippery When Fingered,
Ugh.
and Cockadoodle Goo.
Well, if you saw the pictures on the poster, you might laugh.
You'd be laughing.
Yeah, and I was.
Anyway, he's like, why would I make this movie? And Don Johnson's like, it's showing that the guys who watch it won't be intimidated, right?
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
people
it's-
love it, that they're
He's
not intimidated.
harmless.
Yeah, and then they're like, well, my dick is huge compared to this guy. And by gum, it works.
Did you
It
ever
blows
see
up.
that
By
I Think You Should
goo, it
Leave
works.
sketch, which is all about going to a horse farm and all the horses have little dicks?
What? Where?
Well, I've seen all of those, so I must have seen
it's an
it.
I Think You Should Leave sketch where it's like at our farms all the
Oh, yeah,
horses
yeah.
have little dicks, and then like there's like a couple riding and the woman's like, wow, I guess your dick's bigger than that. I guess you're hung like a horse.
It's the same thing. And there is a funny scene where he's at a store signing things, and a woman like comes up and talks about an extended. It's an extended.
Oh yeah, where she like can't even stay on top of her boyfriend. His dick is
Yeah,
so
and
small.
he's the funny
And
thing
the
is
boyfriend
he's,
is right
he's
there.
in frame, and she's like, yeah, I thought like, everything was really really bad, and now things are good. I can't do it, but whoever this woman was funny, and it was a funny scene, guys. There's funny scenes in this movie.
And like I love how Don Johnson is like shooting the movie, and he's like, "Yeah, I got like a loan to
From the
shoot
Vietnamese
this movie,"
mafia.
and he's like, "What the hell bank would give you a loan?" He's like, "The bank of the Vietnamese mafia," and he looks over, and there's like this
It's a guy like
Vietnamese
combing
guy.
his hair.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got-
little disappointed it's not Rob Schneider in hideous makeup.
They couldn't even get Rob Schneider for this.
No.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Rob Schneider too big for Bucky Larson.
They do have a screening for one of the movies with all these like porn producers in this theater, and they're all wearing like velour like,
leisure, or
leisure
like a
suits or, like, tracksuits.
Yeah, that was funny. And they're like, you're nuts. But anyway, it does blow up. And also, like, during this time, he's courting Christina Ricci. They go to, like, a fun house or something.
Well, my teeth aren't that big, are they? Ugh.
And then,
We meet Keegan Michael Key.
yeah, Keegan-Michael Key is in this.
Yeah, just for
Oh
like
my
What
one
does he
scene.
do? I must have
He
missed him.
he wants to take a picture of his giant
Yeah,
teeth.
he's like, oh man, look at this guy. He's like,
Or is he
thinks
like
they're
porn-
in like a freak
yeah.
how he thinks he's like a freak or something.
Yeah.
It's like great. But I do. One of the funny things was like Christina Ricci. She
her backstory.
has this like trauma backstory where she really wants to be a waitress, but she can't because. When she
Soup.
worked at a
She
she worked
spilled
at a
soup
restaurant
on
and
an
was
old
like
woman.
carrying a tray of 10 bowls of soup and like spilled them on an old person and burned them.
Well, really, like that's just a reference to like the McDonald's incident. At least that's how I read it. And
Oh.
she's like, but she got burned. I don't know. It's fine. I just feel like I wish it was more comical, like as a somewhat more comical backstory.
Well,
It felt
the-
a little half baked.
The training, they kind of meet this like famous
Bucky Larson, born to be a star, half baked? No.
Yeah.
Well, they do meet like a famous restaurant owner in this like freak
Oh,
house.
right. That guy.
And he's like,
I'll give you a
"Hey."
waitress job.
He's like, oh, Bucky, you made my sex life better. I own this restaurant. And then he's like, Christina Ricci,
Come work in my restaurant.
And so like she has to like learn how to get over her trauma. So there's like a kind of like training montage where he's like, gives her like all these trays of like hot soup. It's really
you know
funny.
what? It's kind of sweet. He's sweet.
Yeah, I just
So-
fucking hate looking at him.
I hate him.
Oh,
I
my
don't
God.
hate him, but I don't like looking at him.
Ugh.
But this movie was surprisingly heartfelt. I'm not saying it worked on me. I'm just saying there's.
So did you look
tons-
over to April when she was like,
and I was
he was
crying?
winning all those awards?
Yeah.
And he's just tears streaming down her cheek.
We'll get to it.
She was,
but
like, clapping
the end
with
of
tears.
the end of the movie is like the music comes in and it's all. I realized what's really important. Like I'm watching Bucky Larson, but apparently
bananas,
comedy,
April.
apparently comedy movies, and I think I kind of forgot this. They always have that heartfelt strings moment at the end.
Why don't they have that stuck on you magic when the two brothers realize they deserve to be together?
Do they get
God.
back stuck together at the end?
Do they get separated? I don't remember.
Yeah, they get separated. I did see that movie, but
Is
it
it
was
Will
so
Forte
so.
and-
No.
Or at
It's-
the end
it's
when me,
G-
myself, and Irene
It's Greg
realize
Kinnear
that.
and Matt Damon.
Oh God, who am I thinking of? I'm thinking
Greg
of Will
Kinnear
Forte.
is such a placeholder
I'm
in that
thinking Will
movie. They're
Forte
like
and Will Arnett.
Yeah, I also the brothers Solomon.
Solomon.
Even
directed
that,
by Bob Odenkirk.
even that movie.
Oh my God.
Even that movie has a heartfelt thing at the end, but it kind of makes fun.
Who
of
directed
that
the Matt
scene.
Damon one?
Oh, Stuck on You. That was a Fairly.
I was making
Yeah.
jokes. Fairly
Oh
directed
my
Stuck on You and Me, Myself, and Irene. Or when Hal realizes that he shouldn't be as shallow. And that
Yeah,
And that
dude,
little
that movie's really sad.
That
at the
little
end.
child is like a burn victim.
Yes, that's shallow.
That was
shallow,
horrifying.
shallow Hal.
What happened to Shallow Hal?
He sees this cute little girl who's gorgeous.
Wait,
and
have you
then
never
he-
seen that?
Then he loses his,
And she's like,
ability. He
"Ah."
loses his ability to see inner beauty, and the girl's a burn victim.
what? I do
have
not
you-
remember
Wait,
that part.
have you never? He goes to the
I've seen
hospital.
it.
Oh,
to the-
I've absolutely seen Shallow Hal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's talking to this little girl in the hospital, and he's like, "You're beautiful," and she's like,
like,
"Oh,
"Oh,
thank you,
yeah,
Hal."
yeah.
And he's like, "Oh my gosh, I love
Is it
you."
played like a?
It's played
No, it's like
dead
so
serious.
sentimental and
Yeah.
like serious, and then he walks away, and then she walks back, and you see like she walks and it has like a sign that says "Burn Ward."
Well, no, you see her, and she's horribly
yeah, and she
burned.
turns around,
Yeah.
and then she's like Hellraiser or something.
Not-
I'm sorry.
I'm looking at it right now.
Oh but yeah, it's really sad. Anyway, yeah. So
Or when Mo leaves the Stooges and he's like,
He goes on to like reality shows.
I mean, that is genuinely sad in that movie. Or when
I
Hugh
didn't see
Jackman has the testicle chin and he's on the date with, I'm going to say Naomi Watts.
It's Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet.
we didn't make it that far into movie 43.
Okay, this movie, movie 44 is like, or 43 is like on my list.
I think
on
movie
my
43, I'm going to say it. Funny
Yeah.
movie.
Okay,
And
we're
there's-
gonna watch
we only
that.
watched
There's
half
two-
of it.
There's two radically different versions that have different stories. Like, what is it called? Like bookends?
What?
Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
remember.
What, like a director's cut versus theatrical?
No, it was like a UK cut and a American. So one of the versions is Dennis Quaid pitching to Richard Gere. I think that's what it is. No, it's someone pitching to someone. And then the other version is kids looking stuff up on the internet, and then the world is going to end.
I think
Okay.
we saw the kid internet one.
Oh, I don't know.
He said we put it on one night, but I don't think we got more than half.
We got all
no,
laughed
no.
out.
No,
Yeah, we were
Some
just.
of them. We were laughing.
I was
The
on the couch
end-
exhausted with laughing, and I passed out.
When Jason Sudeikis and Owen Wilson realized they don't need a hall pass at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not. It's true, but I guess I haven't seen a comedy movie in so long I forgot. But here's my question though: do all Happy Madison movies, like, does the Ridiculous Six have a moment at the end where he's like, you
Yes.
know what, wife, I love you, and I'm
then,
not
like-
going to
and
be
then
in
the
this
cow's
gang
like-
anymore?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rob Schneider gets blasted
think so.
off screen from diarrhea.
Like, honestly, the last bit of this
Then he-
movie is way too
You
small.
can do it.
I don't know if that actually happens in the movie, but I was convinced that it did.
You can do it. That's from the Water Boy, right? So
No, no.
does the Water
Yeah,
We
at
have
Boy?
to
the end
look
when
it
the
up.
water boy, it's like Rudy, right? Doesn't he like win the big game? And they're like,
Really?
yeah.
They all
I don't
have
remember.
that. I'm pretty sure Big Daddy is also like, I'm going to give you back to your mom.
We always
I'm
used to
a
do
big
that.
daddy.
I remember me and my roommates saw Rudy, and we just kept doing that. John Favreau. Yeah, Rudy, go Rudy.
Is he in that? Is he in that movie?
Yeah, him and
Yes.
Favreau.
Oh, I never saw it.
Who
They
can
kept cutting
forget
back.
the Ringer when Johnny Knoxville admits that he can't
I
win the
actually
Special
have
Olympics?
seen some of that movie. I watched it, caught some of that on TV.
All right, that one was produced by the Fairley Brothers. It wasn't directed by them.
And then the piano and the strings come in.
Is there a Fairly Brothers movie? Who can forget the end of Fever Pitch when Jimmy Fallon runs
on the pitch? But even anger, that's how anger management ends, which I've seen. Where
I saw that in the theater, by the way.
Dude, me too.
What, anger management?
Anger management. And I was
not a very
I don't
good
know
movie.
why I was dying laughing through the whole thing.
What? I was like, this sucks.
Well, it was only
I didn't
because
like
of
it.
Jack Nicholson's facial expressions.
Yeah. That's where the famous meme of Jack Nicholson nodding comes from. It's from anger management.
Yeah,
it's
him
like,
going,
yeah.
I'm gonna cut that GIF in right now, but you've all seen it.
Fuck, it's so
Okay,
funny.
we gotta wrap up this movie. Well, okay, so
Do we? Okay.
Bucky becomes a
Who
big
can
star.
forget Osmosis Jones?
That's playing at the theater next month.
Wait, at the review it is?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna get my
Osmo-
ticket right now.
Oh, God. Sold out.
Jones. It might be sold out.
It is not. There is no way Osmosis Jones is sold
Soon.
out.
I think it's like August 1st or something.
It's been sold out for months.
People have been banging down the doors.
Who was in that? Eddie
Osmosis
Murphy?
Jones.
No, it's Chris Rock.
Chris
Chris Rock,
yeah.
but also Bill Murray
He's
God,
the Jones.
in the live action segments.
He's
Was
the
it the Farrelly brothers?
Fairly.
Whatever.
Listen, I have a membership to the review. I've just bought it. I just got a free ticket.
When is
did
it? Is
not.
it soon or did you go?
Is it like a late night show or is it like an afternoon?
might
It's like
be an
4
afternoon.
p.m. 'cause it's
on a Saturday?
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
never
you know
seen
what?
it. We should go.
You know
Me
what?
either.
I can't go because that's when I think I'm doing my. Wait. 4
Not the
p.m.?
mind melter.
Yeah, the mind melt. August 10th. All right. Everyone's on the edge of their seats.
I think
Yeah,
that is the
there's-
that is
mind
the mind
melter.
melter.
Oh, is Justin going to this movie or not?
So
Guess
we're
what's
not-
playing? Guess
we
what's
can't go.
playing on the Mind Melter Day? Osmosis Jones. I can't see it in theaters.
Oh, it's going to be the closing
It's a
movie.
summer movie.
Yeah, it is. All right, wait, Bucky, how's this wrapping up?
Okay,
Ah,
well,
who cares?
He
He,
wins.
like-
He wins all the awards.
wins all the-
at
Forget.
show.
He wins all the sex awards.
And Dick Shadow, Steven Dorf, he is furious.
Yeah, he's pissed off.
But that doesn't really come to anything. He just
Yeah,
leaves and
it feels
says,
like he's gonna pull like a prank on him or something
Nah,
like
he
or
doesn't
that.
do
like,
anything.
yeah, no, he doesn't. He just leaves and says, I don't care what anybody says. Everybody knows I have the best taint, which was pretty funny.
And then Bucky's like, I don't even know,
I don't even know what a taint is.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But yeah, so what happens at the end of this movie
He
is
and Ricci get back together.
Well, no, they have sex.
Yeah.
And there's a weird scene where they're like, we
I
have
was
to use
very
protection.
very confused that like Christina Ricci, like they have sex, she leaves the next morning, and then Bucky's shooting his big movie. It's like a western. And then like the director Don Johnson admits like I told her to leave you, and it's like why would she follow that?
Because he made her feel bad, because I guess he was like, look, Christina Ricci, Bucky's never going to be able to be a big star unless he starts having sex with these women on screen. And I don't think he's going to do that if you're with him, so you need to leave him. But honestly, I was convinced by her in the morning saying, because she just had sex with Bucky Larson, and he
sucks.
used a straw as a condom. So
Oh,
she,
God, that is horrifying.
they burnt
by the
it. They
way.
melted the tip of a straw.
Okay.
Like, so that, I mean, that's a joke. It's not a joke I laughed at, but it's a joke. And then she's like, look, we're young. She was a virgin too. Like, we should be with different people. And I was like, yes, that is whatever.
That is the correct decision to make, yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
But no, so they're apart for like 2 seconds. Also, earlier in the movie, there's a funny scene where he's crying. Maybe it was after this, and Kevin Nealon comes in and is like, you ate one of my grapes. Are you crying because you you ate one of my grapes?
Kevin
It's
Nealon,
funny.
the MVP on this.
But yeah,
movie.
so Don Johnson, in this weird flashback that they color correct to look like a flashback, which I was convinced was not really Don Johnson because you only see his face for like half a second. He's like, oh, I convinced her to leave you, and I'm sorry, it was the wrong thing to do, Bucky, because Bucky's sad. And then the movie ends where he leaves Hollywood. He does not want to be a porn star anymore, and he wants to own a restaurant.
He gets back with Christina Ricci because she is her dream to be a waitress.
So so because he wants to support her dream, which is great, but it kind of is just like,
Huh?
what? It
He
kind of
mo-
came out of left
I
field
know.
there.
He moves back to the Midwest. They start a restaurant.
And she's
It's-
like, take me home to Iowa.
Yeah.
What?
And then, yeah, it's like packed. The restaurant's really popular. And then, like, the movie ends with Kevin Nealon running in ahead of, like, the line. And he's like, you fucking owe me rent money.
Is that what happened? I
Yeah.
don't
And
remember.
then it just goes to credits.
Yeah.
You're worse
I mean,
than
leave
John
on a
Mayer.
laugh, right?
I'm
Yeah.
laughing.
I mean, I was laughing at everything.
Wait,
Kevin
my
did.
favorite part was when Pauly Shore shows up hosting the porn
Oh
awards.
my god!
I forgot Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
And Bucky's like, I love his movies.
That's the joke.
That's the joke.
That his movies are bad and only an
Yeah.
idiot like Bucky would like them.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was the joke.
Well, thank you for explaining it to me.
No problem. I wasn't explaining to you. I was letting the people know.
The
Yeah.
That's the joke.
And that's
Well,
the movie. And guys,
that's
it
Bucky
wasn't
Larson.
that bad.
I don't know.
It was not.
It was bad.
No,
Okay, I'm gonna say
not, it wasn't good.
It wasn't good.
No, but like
I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it, and I
I'm
had
gonna
a
say
few
I'm
laughs.
sorry. I hate to say this. I like Grown Ups more.
Well, that's your
The first one or
opinion, and
second
you
one?
are entitled.
I haven't seen the first one.
The second one, you mean?
Oh, well, yeah. The second one is way better
No,
than Bucky Larson.
I just don't like spending time with Bucky.
you just
And,
don't like looking at him.
I
It's
didn't.
unpleasant.
I didn't. Find
I just don't like
him
him as a character. I don't like the simple Jack shtick.
It's like
That's what
watching
I-
the
I
Elephant.
I thought he was okay, but I was a little ambivalent towards him. I wasn't charmed by him, that's for sure. But I
hope
was
not.
some of his like hometown charm, like was his,
April,
his ignorance
like
was
she's gone
kind of
when you
funny.
wake up tomorrow morning, and there's a note that says like I've gone looking for my Bucky.
No,
Colin,
I'm
put-
going for Nick Swardson. Do you guys think I? Do you guys think I could?
Specifically Nick Swardson.
Do you
Put
think?
on
Do you
these
think I
teeth.
could bag Nick Swardson? I think so, right?
Absolutely no. Yes. I mean, the way I'm saying that sounds like an insult. It is not.
I think I could. I think I could marry him if I wanted to. Maybe that makes me sound really conceited. I don't know. But yeah,
Don't you know who I am?
seriously, who farted? That's the name of his stand-up.
Oh, so you're gonna come up to him and say that, and then like
And then
win him
he's
over?
gonna be like, "Yeah, she gets me."
You're like, I've seen Bucky Larson. He's like, wow.
The one person who's seen it. I guarantee you, he tried to use that movie to like bang chicks, and everyone
Absolutely.
was like, "This."
Of course, he
movie
was on stage going,
sucks.
"Come on, let's go,
Let's go.
let's go."
But anyway, I
As they
don't.
turned off the lights and the mic.
For all I know, he's a nice man, or maybe he's a terrible man. I have no idea what he's like in real life. But
Oh, he's like a socialist. He's really big into causes.
really?
No.
No, okay. I thought you were serious.
No.
Anyway, this movie, I would only recommend it if you're maybe a Happy Madison completionist. But
God.
guys, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as everyone says, and I'm serious here. I'm
On the 6 o'clock news,
seriously
they're
right
talking
now.
again once more about the death of another Happy Madison completist.
He watched all the movies and
He died.
yeah,
Because
he
there was
or
no more laugh staff. Oh, are you saying it could be you, April?
yeah. And by the end of the summer, I will have watched every Happy Madison
No,
production. Which,
do
by
not
the way,
make that
there's
promise.
a Wikipedia of all of them. There's not that many. It's like 20 movies or something. But yeah, I haven't seen most of them.
Oh, Colin Silence. So I assume he left.
I don't know what he's
Oh,
doing.
sorry,
He's
I'm
looking
looking
up.
at something online.
He's looking up something on his
allowing you to make this
iPad.
promise and doom yourself.
No, I just have like a tear rolling down my cheek right now.
Okay.
I said I was going to leave you for Nick Swardson.
Oh, okay. well, that's on you.
Just go with it. Here comes the
There's
boom.
nothing. There's nothing I can do to win you back, except put on these gigantic teeth.
Yeah.
April's like, Nick Swardson, I'll marry you, but you have to have
Yeah,
the
you have
teeth.
to keep
put
the
on the
teeth
hair.
on. Keep the the hair, the terrible haircut.
And he's like, "Don't try to change me, baby."
But anyway, that's the movie. It is available to rent on, iTunes, YouTube, all those places. It's not streaming anywhere. Yeah. You be the judge how bad it is, but maybe I'm always forgiving these bad movies, but hey, I laughed. I laughed more than I did on Grown Ups.
I did, yeah. Actually, I laughed multiple times.
Yeah.
The next Happy Madison production is called Kinda Pregnant. and
Kind
it's
of pregnant.
directed by Tyler Spindell,
Oh,
Oh
no.
God, is it going to be
And
Rob
it
Schneider who's
stars-
pregnant?
Amy Schumer. Ugh.
Oh boy,
Who's Jillian Bell?
Jillian Bell, isn't she from
Saturday Night Live, it looks
Oh no, I
like.
think you have Jillian Jacobs.
From
Yeah.
Community.
Yeah.
Will Forte. Will, no.
Yeah, no, not my Will
Damon-
Forte.
Damon Wayans Jr.
Oh, I love Damon Wayans
He's
Jr.
funny. And it's a Netflix film. So
Of course. Well, Sandler is, and also
got that Netflix money.
So let me wrap up here. If you want to email the podcast, we're at no such thing as a bad movie at gmail.com, and we're on Twitter at no such thing pod. And if you want to support us on Patreon, patreon.com/no such thing as a bad movie. If you're at the $5 level, you get a bonus episode every 2 weeks. So you'll get content every week if you're a regular listener. And we've got some great stuff coming out. We just recorded an episode on Long Legs, and later this summer we're gonna record a feature-length commentary. What it will be, maybe a Sandler movie, maybe not. I don't know.
What Sandler movie?
TBD.
Click.
Yeah, maybe that should be the commentary, because then I don't have to actually watch it again. I can talk over it. Anyway, we'll see. Summer's only halfway over.
What was the one? The shoemaker?
the cobbler.
Oh God! Is that one where he like rapes somebody in a shower?
I don't think that's a Happy Madison.
It's not. That's a
Yeah.
Sandler film.
Oh boy!
Yeah,
All
like
right.
he's in it, but I think it's like directed by like a indie filmmaker.
Yeah, it's directed by Todd McCarthy, the guy who made Spotlight.
Right.
Yeah, it is. I just checked.
Spotlight, good movie. Okay. But anyway, if you want to find me, I'm on Twitter and Instagram at
The
April
mic cut out
Mansky.
because Colin was laughing too hard.
I'm sorry, I don't know why. Yeah, I'm on Twitter and Instagram at April Mansky.
You can follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, DecluJ, DECLOUX, LRJ, and every week on the Very Fine Comic Book Podcast, where me and my pal Mike Wood talk about very fine comic books. It's a good introductory podcast
it.
if you want to find some stuff to read.
Very fine comic books.
That's right. I'm the critic now, Jay Sherman.
Hey, it stinks. You can follow me on Twitter, Sergeant Zima, SGTZIMA.
Well, the summer of the Sandman is going to continue.
It's only started.
So next week, who knows what we will do? Will it be a Sandler movie? Will it be a Happy Madison production?
Wait, I thought we
Please,
had
a
to
Sandler
do...
film.
Well, spoiler.
I thought the vote was it had
Yeah,
to be...
but that was just for the next one. I was just getting a feel of where people's
as
heads
the
were at.
CEO,
This is a free- the people
April said she was
voted.
the CEO of the podcast.
Yeah. Hold on a second. You
She
can't
gets to make the rules.
A lot of
cannot
people voted.
override-
A lot of people voted for Sandler.
You cannot override the vote of the.
I didn't say this is what we're doing the rest of the
listener
summer. I
people.
just said, what would you like us to cover?
Okay.
It was just a crowdsourcing thing.
Yeah, I'd like to know what Sandler film people would like to see us talk about.
We had a couple of requests.
What, you want them to get specific?
Well, guess what, guys? And if you're listening to this, consider joining the Patreon, because next week is a listener request episode.
Oh no.
Now, if the
Does it have to be a?
Wait,
That's not
for the-
fair to the
well, here's the
listener,
thing:
though.
if the listener doesn't want to do a Sandler, then I'll just postpone it until the end of the summer. So,
Okay, yeah,
so
that makes
then we'll
sense.
do it in September. But
Okay.
if they want to jump on board and get on the Summer of Sandman, then they can. So we'll be at the whims of the listener.
What would be like the one where you're like, oh no, I'm looking here. I mean, we just did Bucky Larson, so like,
Oh no.
yeah.
I don't know. What Sandler movie do I really don't want to do? I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of these Happy Madisons I haven't seen, so I don't know if
Like
they're
the
how bad.
Ridiculous Six.
I kind of want to watch that.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch
Yeah, I want to see for the diarrhea geyser.
it. You're going to be sitting
I
there
mean,
the whole time.
Jack and Jill is probably really bad.
Jack and
I'm
Jill
sure
is really
we'll
bad.
at least get some comedy out of it. Oh wait, you saw it, Dunkachino. Right?
I've seen
I've
it.
never seen
I
it.
mean,
I think like the ones that like people don't think about, like bedtime stories.
yeah, or like
Yeah.
The Longest Yard. Like, what is that?
Oh,
like,
I
it's
saw
a-
that in
I know it's a
theaters.
remake,
It's,
but
yeah, it's a
is it-
remake of the Burt Reynolds movie.
Is
I
it
now
The
pronounce
Rock
you
in
Chuck and
it?
Larry. I don't
Oh.
believe that The Longest Yard is a Happy Madison film, is it? Because
I think it is.
It doesn't look like Adam Sandler produced it.
It had a
Unless
really
executive
big
produced
budget. It was
There's
like almost $100 million.
There's a Wikipedia
Oh, no,
of
yeah.
all the Happy Madisons.
He did
that I saw.
executive produce it, so you're still
Yeah.
involved.
I mean, yeah. Some people have said Zookeeper. I'm sure.
Strange Wilderness, the Bigfoot Steve Zahn movie.
Yeah, like
What?
what's that? There's also a Scary Madison movie, which is the one horror movie that Happy Madison produced. I can't remember what it's
The
called.
Shortcut.
Oh yeah, that's it. And they decided to start doing horror movies. They made one, and then they were done.
Oh, it was directed by the guy who made Grandma's Boy.
Oh no,
That's great.
Oh god.
But yeah, so we'll see next.
so many
we'll see
great
next week.
movies to choose from.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be a great summer, you guys. We should have started it months ago.
Wow.
But anyway, thanks for joining us. And Bucky Larson, he was born to be a star. I'm April Mansky.
I'm Justin the
Colin Cunningham.
And remember, there's no such thing as a bad Happy Madison movie.
I like this new thing where April needs to find like a sentence before she introduces us all at the end.
It's hard to think of
I
things.
know.